Welcome to the Black Anime Podcast.
You see me dead, do you? Well then. Go on.
She all about that ass. That's slice of life.
Like I love Naruto. I grew up on Naruto. But like, it'll be crazy for me. It's like I just always compared anime to Naruto.
You are now tuned into the Black Anime Podcast.
Not the same.
Bro, that nigga was strong. He just got caught up by that.
Emma is Naruto.
Not the same, bro. Not even close.
I'm afraid they got
even killed him.
Definitely And that's
Get your baby, dude. Get your baby.
You are now tuned in to the Black Anime Podcast.
How I irk you, bro? This is the end of the road. Afro Samurai.
What's good, everybody? It's your main man here, Aaron, aka the Anime Anthology, aka the Lost Homie, here again with another episode of the Black Anime Podcast. And today, we already got my boy, the squad member Ev out here. Go ahead, Ev.
Yo, it's your boy Ev, aka Gracefield's finest orphan, aka Mr. Bonko's Book Club. What's up, everybody?
And today we have a very, very special guest with us today, Miss Sailor Moon herself. As the episode says, the Moonie Club Hive leader. You already know. You come down with the Moonies. You got to go to her first. Go ahead, Vicky. Introduce yourself.
I love that. First of all, I'm Victoria, aka Miss Old School, aka Sailor Victoria. Apparently, Miss Sailor Moon now. I got a hive. I'm real hype.
I gotta be honest. I mean, we follow a few people on the page, I think personally, but no, you're the biggest Moonie. You're the biggest Moonie I know. I follow.
Yay! I'll take it. I mean, there's definitely a lot of people. I mean, Sweetie's like huge, but I think definitely the only biggest podcast right now, which I'm really happy about.
Hey, you do your thing with it too. I mean, obviously, links gonna be in the bio and all that, but you're doing your thing with it. I really enjoy it. But before we get into that, let's hit the what's up like we always do. COVID's still ravaging the entire world, and so we're gonna be doing the same kind of what's ups every week. But so, what have you been watching? What have you been reading? Whether it's manga, anime, comic books, regular books. What have you been up to this week? Let the people know. Let's start out with Ev. Go ahead, my guy.
So this month is a very critical month for me. This is the last month to get my new upcoming manga finished called Bonko's Book Club. When September 1st comes, we're entering that Shonen Jump contest. So it's very critical, very exciting month.
What about you, Vicky? What you been up to?
I have been doing a mix. I've been catching up with Moesha or watching Moesha since it just came out on Netflix.
There we go.
Yeah, and I started reading Spy X Family too, which I'm really enjoying. It's really funny. So I'm mad it took me so long to start it.
I've heard so much great stuff about Spy X Family, but I'm not a big manga reader, and I saw some news that it might get an anime, so that 100% discouraged me from reading it.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I can sometimes be that way, I'll just catch it later.
That's how I feel with God of High School, because I've read the first few chapters, and then the anime came out, and how you have your critic hat, you got your enjoyer hat, you got all your three different hats when you watch stuff sometimes. And since I know what happens in the book, it made me more critical by accident. I just came into God of High School trying to enjoy it, but now I'm sitting here man, they should have did what they did in the manga. I'm mad.
It's really like that though.
So I try not to read before something comes out, but yeah, I've heard really good things about Spy X Family.
Yeah, it's good. It's funny and it's cute, but yeah, it's cool.
This week, I don't know. I talked about it a few times on the pod, but I finally made my move out west to the Midwest. So I am now Mountain Time, no longer the Eastern Standard, bullshit. I'm no longer that. And I don't have chairs yet, so right now I'm standing.
Respect.
But You gotta get that work in. But this week I haven't been watching much. I think I started watching an anime on Netflix called A Lull in the Sea, and it's hitting. It's hitting. Like I didn't expect it. Like because like the description does not at all describe how good the show is. If y'all know what I'm talking about, like. A Lull in the Sea is some heat. Like it's hitting on a lot of different levels. I'm with it. But Vic, you made some noise. But you seen it before?
Yeah. So actually, I never heard of it before. Before I interviewed someone on the podcast, my podcast, Sailor Moon Fan Club, and Rosie, and she mentioned it as one of her favorites. I never heard of it before, so I went to watch it, and it's so good. Like the feels, and it just like makes me want to like I don't know, just like it just feels so nostalgic, and like it really captures that feeling of like adolescence and like coming of age and like growing up and just that like weird in between era. But yeah, but the story's really good too. And I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm just leave it there.
No, you hit down the mark 100%. So that's exactly how I feel about that anime. Like between like the whole, I'm not getting I don't spoil, but between like the whole like land people versus sea people stuff that's going on, and then how they handle a lot of issues. They could have done a bad job. Like it could have been real corny. It could have been, but like they stick really strong to the characters and their traits, and like it enhances the show in like so many ways. I love it. Oh
yeah, the animation too for the like at times when they're in sea is so beautiful. I'm just like, oh, I love how they did that. It looks just so pretty, and they just it's just really creative.
I'm say high key though. I be questioning a lot of stuff in there. Like I try not to, but like they be eating some food under in the water, and I'm like, that don't make no sense. Like the Eternal Fire, okay, I can ignore that. You know what I mean? Because it's magic, right? But they be eating like gyoza, they be eating like rice, and like I'm like that stuff gotta be soggy. I know y'all not enjoying that. Like that's some fake enjoyment.
Right? Yeah, there is definitely some like questionable stuff. Like sometimes they'll like swim out, but sometimes they'll walk, and I'm like, why aren't y'all swimming?
I don't know about that. All right, okay, but all right, first question. So for those that don't know, our friend Vicky here, she runs the Sailor Moon Fan Club podcast.
Yep.
And she does only interviews on that one, I believe. Right? Right?
Yes.
Only interviews. And she's interviewed some amazing people. Most recently, if you go, this is actually not most recently. This is the 2 pods ago. She interviewed Saweetie, the rapper, who we didn't know she was Icy Moonie. We didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
But we found out, and actually, if you go on our website, blackanime.com, you can click and you listen to the interview. It was a really cool interview, really fun. And so, okay, my first question for you kind of is, what has been your favorite interview so far?
Oh, I had a feeling you were going to ask this. It's hard. My favorite interview. Oh, I really liked, I'll say, well, first off, Jackie, the very first interview. She's one of the first ones I interviewed. Like, we were friends kind of in real life. So that was just like a fun kind of conversation to have. I also really love Princess because I think that was probably the first time where I was kind of able to like drift away from my like questions that I come up with, and we kind of just got into like random tangents. That was the first time that happened. So I really kind of felt like I got into like a flow. Like we got into like conversations on Star Wars and Buffy and just like a bunch of random things. Nice. And that was really cool. Yeah, so it's been happening a lot more lately. So it's been really fun, but I'll give those 2 because they were like the first time that happened. And of course, Saweetie, because I mean, that was just amazing. like y'all don't understand. Like I've been working to get this interview. I don't think most people know since January. Wow. So and it finally happened in last month in July. So like it was really just like a like moment, like I finally like I feel like I accomplished something, and it was like the biggest person I've interviewed on the show so far, and so it's just really cool.
I remember when when she tweeted that, when she tweeted back at you, and he was like, "I see Moonie," and then she changed her her name on Twitter. I was like, damn, Vicky Good.
Yeah. I was like, my mind was blown. Like, I was just like, she changed her name. I took a screenshot quick. I was like, just in case she takes it down. Yeah, I was shocked.
That's lit.
Yeah.
Do you have any guesses for who else you may think that's famous? That's some undercover Moonies. You got any guesses?
Oh, I have a whole spreadsheet. Like legit. Yes. So Brie Larson is a Sailor Moon fan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she did an interview at some point saying, you know, that she was like one of her biggest inspirations, like talking about Captain Marvel, and she talked about Sailor Moon and someone else. I can't forget who. And then Lizzo is also a Sailor Moon fan.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, she dressed up as her one time. I'm trying to think of who else off the top of my head right now because I don't have my spreadsheet open. But every time I find any Sailor Moon fan, I add it to this list, like legit, because I'm like, I'm gonna forget.
One day I will talk to them about Sailor Moon. Gosh.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Meg gotta be on that.
Say that again.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Meg got to be on that list because she's like a cultured like read at this point. I'd be surprised if she didn't watch it.
She does not like Sailor Moon, and it broke my heart. I
remember.
So
she said on the live stream, the Crunchyroll live stream, right?
Yeah. It was actually the question I sent in too, which was I was just like, but yeah, but the other thing, but she said she only watched like a little bit of it, so she didn't finish it, and she said it was because it wasn't enough action for her. So I feel like if she would like read the manga or like finish the show, she would probably become a fan. So I'm like, I still have hope.
Just read a few chapters, Miss Stallion, please.
Yeah, just a few. Oh, Sasha Banks, she's a WWE wrestler. I really want to get her on one day.
You know what? That kind of makes sense.
Lupe Fiasco tweeted one time.
I said that makes sense with her. You know, that makes sense of her being WWE, a WWE thing too. Because like, Sailor Moon is all about performance. You know, like she gonna let you know she gonna let you know you're there. Like,
and whooping ass.
And then Lupe Fiasco tweeted one time that Sailor Moon is like low key or high key legit. So I'm like, okay, one day
I gotta write that down.
It's just like to the spreadsheet. Yeah. So yes, there's a few out there. So
undercover, huh?
Undercover out here doing the damn thing. So one day they're all gonna be on the podcast. That's what I'm manifesting.
Put that energy out there. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna put it out there for you too. It's gonna happen.
Undercover Moonie fans. That gotta be that's a whole sub podcast in itself.
Ooh, yeah.
Undercover, like just like a whole like you ever watch those crime drama shows or something like that? Just like that. It's like 20 minutes like analyzing their life. Like, you know, I in this one rap lyric, Lupe Fiasco references Sailor Moon, and then he makes a tweet afterwards. He must be a Moonie. Point one.
Yeah, that's how I feel at my laptop because I like will find like I'll like deep dive into people's tweets and like old posts, just like have they ever mentioned Sailor Moon or anything? Like have they mentioned the moon? Have they mentioned like boats? Like, you know, just like anything.
Tuxedos.
Right, tuxedos, roses.
Oh my god.
Champagne.
Oh my gosh. Oh Lord.
But it works.
I think the next thing I wanted to ask, we all know, like I said, we all know you love Sailor Moon. What are your favorite anime besides Sailor Moon? You talk about this every once in a while on your pod, but I want a list. I'm not going to make you do a top 5, but if you did a top 5, I'd be really happy. So.
Okay, you know, I actually keep my top 6 on my phone because every time someone asks me, I forget. So obviously Sailor Moon, or I forget one at least. So obviously Sailor Moon, Cowboy Bebop, Gurren Lagann, Nadia and the Secret of Blue Water, One Piece, and Michiko and Hakusho.
Gurren Lagann is a solid pick.
It is though.
I said Gurren Lagann is a solid pick. That is a great anime.
Yeah, it was one of the first anime after Sailor Moon that I watched that really like hit home. Like, I was just like, this had like heart, it had the action, like it was just like out of this world. And I was just like, I have so many feelings after watching
Yeah, I feel like the ending. I feel like the ending is very underrated. Not a lot of people love the ending.
Yeah, that's something you don't always get in an anime is a good solid ending.
And you know something? Originally, I hated the ending just because I wanted more, but I respected it because like it had to end. Like there wasn't much. Literally,
I'm about to
like
say you was getting more. It was getting more and more and more.
Outrageous.
The end, like him being an old man and watching the next generation. I'm like, yo, just reboot this motherfucker. Like, just give us the next generation. I'm okay with that. Like, even if it sucks, I still want it. You know, but I also understood why they didn't do it. So I was like, pluses and minuses.
Dude, I was like, when they was fighting, I'm like, God dang, how many more transformations is? I mean, I'm enjoying it, but it's like really, bro.
Super Ultra Mega, it's fantastic. They just kept going like every single. They had a
Like,
source
now. Bigger than universes now. Well, what's going?
Yeah. Awesome.
No, that when he said Universal Super Mega Earthling, I was like, yo, wait. How are you the universe and the Earth at the same time? It don't make sense.
Go figure it out.
You can get punched.
Yeah, like it all started from a drill. Like what?
Yes. But the drill transforms your heart energy into a mech.
That sounded legit.
Hey, you know what? I ain't gonna lie, it did. I loved it.
Man, little Sasuke got to chill.
Oh my god! No, but I think when I watched Gurren Lagann, that was when that's when it was still on Netflix. I don't know if it's on Netflix still. Netflix be dropping anime crazy. Yeah, they be dropping anime crazy. But I think that was one of the first ones that almost made me cry because it's one of those anime that's so good I don't want to spoil it. And just after it's like episode 5 or 6, I was like, I did not expect this, and it just and it does it without remorse. And it's one of the few anime where you don't come back from it. You know, I almost spoiled it.
I know. It's fine though. There's a lot of characters. There's a lot of.
You're right.
You don't know.
But that's a solid pick. Actually, your whole list is solid.
Thank you.
Whole list was very solid.
Solid, valid.
Appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, it's any anime that really like stuck. Like, there's a bunch of anime that I love, but like these are the ones that like they still to this day. I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, without a doubt. I need to see that last one though. I didn't know what the last one was.
Michiko and Hachkin.
You haven't seen Michiko and Hachkin? You haven't seen
so
Michiko and Hachkin?
Okay, I haven't watched it.
It's on Hulu. No, it's on Funimation. Sorry.
No, it's on Hulu.
Oh, it is? Okay. Yeah, it's good. It's I want to say, I always get this wrong, but like the same dude who did or somehow it's connected to like Samurai Champloo.
It is.
Yeah. I forgot how, but it is somehow.
You know something? I'm actually very disappointed in you, Evan, right now. I'm very disappointed.
Dude, it's a tough world out here. You don't always get, every anime pop up.
Yeah.
No.
But Aaron, I will say this. You know what I didn't miss? Do you know what I didn't miss? Case closed.
I don't like you.
The dude who produced it. Shinichiro Watanabe. He directed Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo and Carolyn Tuesday. Yeah.
He did Carolyn Tuesday. That man's a god. That man has no misses. He has no misses.
All them shows were hits.
Cowboy Bebop.
So he produced
Carolyn Tuesday.
Dang, from the soundtracks to the characters, dang, that's a good guy right there.
Y'all can't see my face.
I probably said his name wrong.
It's okay. It's okay. I say things wrong all the time. Oh my God. You can see my face right now. I am in awe. Oh my gosh, that man's a god.
Yeah, that's a legend.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah. He's up there.
In the midst of battle, he don't miss. In the midst of controversy, he don't.
You can't tell that man nothing. All right. So next time I ask, what do you think is better personally? 90s anime or 2000s anime?
Oh,
This is hard. This is hard. This is the hardest question.
Good luck with that.
it is. Oh, that is hard. Damn.
That's a hit right there.
Yeah.
Tough one. That's a tough one.
I'll say 90s only because I like it has the nostalgia. What's the word when something just has a little bit more of an edge over
like the
you?
visuals?
Like the what?
The visuals, like the way like the anime.
Yeah, that too, for sure. Like yeah, the visuals, just the nostalgia, like that. And it's just like that's the first time I was introduced to it, so I think it has just a little bit more of a not edge to it, but just it has a like extra credit.
No, I think you could say edge. I think because when that's like you can and can't, But I think it does. Like 90s, I feel like definitely had the animation first. Besides most of it being 2D, so like that's one big thing. So like when they did action scenes, they went full force with everything. Like nowadays,
Right.
I'm gonna be honest. Like for me personally, I rarely see a full gory, all-out anime, right? But like in the 90s, that was regular. Like niggas get shot every day. Like it was.
Stakes was high.
Niggas was dying. He was like, you saw the anime. He was like, wow, all the characters died by the third episode. I'm confused. What's going on? Like, it was definitely world. I think Evan, what would you pick before I say my piece?
I think 90s. The 90s did a very good job with their shows, with doing what they could with what they have, and also like the aesthetics, the visuals, like not even anime or like anime like Japanese. Like if you look at cartoons we watched growing up, like Rugrats and stuff like that. Like I don't know, it's something about those versions of like cartoon and animation that I personally like. That's why I love it though, 90s anime. But 2000s didn't, 2000s has a lot of anime that's like we're stuck with, like Naruto, Bleach, like it's got a lot too, but it's like I don't know. It depends. Like I don't know. It depends. It depends for me. I'm gonna just say it depends.
Yeah.
I think saying in my piece, I think the 90s. Okay, I want to play devil's advocate and say the thousands, but I'd be lying because I do love the 90s better. But this is my piece. My piece is this. I feel like the 2000s has more underrated anime. I'll say that. Like I feel like in the 90s, they was really hitting hit after hit after hit after hit. Like, you can point out at least like when I think I probably like started in 91 and 92. Every year you can really point out at least 3 to 4 good anime. And my birthday in 98, you already know. 98 had Bebop, Shampoo, like it had like at least 3 or 4 or 5 good anime come out that year alone. Like in the thousands, in the thousands, we got like Fate. I mean Naruto, like but then we had DBZ, and 90s, and you had like so it's like 90s. I feel like it was hit after hit after hit after hit. While in the 2000s, we was really stuck on like the same 3 to 4 anime for like a good decade.
Yeah.
True.
90s got my favorite anime, so I'm going 90s.
That's it for me too.
That's facts. Let's see. All right, Evan, ask the next question.
Next question.
Yeah, whichever one you want to ask.
Okay. So, who is someone that you personally would like to interview next?
Oh gosh.
Hey, shoot your shot, B.
I know.
Yeah, shoot them shots. Don't ever stop shooting.
Oh gosh, who would I like to interview next? I'm like thinking probably Lizzo. Like that would be amazing.
I feel like that would be lit. Oh my god,
that would be mind blowing. Like she's just like such a big artist. I'm trying to think who else. I'm like trying to go to my spreadsheet. I'm trying to remember who I got.
She's stalling. She's like, yeah, I'm not sure. As she's clicking through her laptop. I'm like,
He's like,
Right.
it's so much. Like, there's so many people.
Oh, you know what? Actually, who I just figured out who's a Sailor Moon fan who I really want. Naomi Osaka. She's the tennis player who beat Serena 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. I just figured out she's a Sailor Moon fan, which I was surprised because she's young. So yeah, that would be amazing.
She understands the greats.
Mhm.
actually, you know
That
what?
would be really dope.
I want to ask. Actually, I want to kind of talk about this, right? Like, what I want to say. I was going to say, like, who surprised you most that ended up being not only an anime fan, but like a Sailor Moon fan. But then I also kind of want to like talk about how it's funny how we get surprised by that. You know what I'm talking about? Like, because like it feels like when you find out somebody famous watches anime, it's like, why would they watch it? It's like, why them? Like, for a second, you question, you're like, they watch anime? Am I cool enough to watch anime? Because if they watch it, like when Megan Thee Stallion came out saying she watched anime, you know, I questioned my gangster a little bit. I was like, do I really like anime? Am I doing it for clout? I'm confused.
For me, it always feels like I still think of anime as something that's like in like my like room and like the room's dark and like watching it on some like random site. Like I always feel like it's still so like I forget there's like huge anime cons, you know? It still feels like very like
niche.
Like I only know about this. Yeah. So like that's what always surprises me. It's like, oh, like you watch it too? Like how'd you figure out about this? You know, like, how'd you get in?
Oh my gosh. It's like that idea, like I feel like I'm always putting somebody on to anime, you know what I mean? Even though I know that's not true, because I know I be saying it and people just be nodding their head like, yeah, I never heard about that. But then they be like you said, they be in their room with the lights off watching it, you know, they be on episode 300, I'm on episode 10 thinking this is the hottest shit ever. And I'm like, wow.
Yep.
I think that happened when I first met Evan. Me and Evan first met. That hit me that one time too because me and Evan never talked about anime before, and we met. Me and Bo, my other co-host. He said, "Yeah, let's get Evan on here." I saw Evan post something on Instagram. I was like, "This nigga watches anime." He ain't never said nothing about this. Like,
it was funny because me and Aaron, it was before school even started because we both played sports. We was both in like this summer program for classes and stuff. So it was like, wow, like that. I didn't know anybody watched anime. Kept to myself.
The funniest thing is, I was watching anime every fucking day. Like Ernest knew I watched anime because I watched that shit every day. Like,
oh yeah,
that
was your roommate.
Yes, that nigga knew I was watching shit every day. So like, I just. Like it's so funny, like when you figure out somebody watch anime. But no, yeah. So who I think for me the most surprising person that I heard that that liked anime was oh my gosh, it was I can't remember right now. I cannot remember right now. It's probably on your list somewhere. But
got a file on everybody.
You said that. Now I'm just picking. Now I'm just thinking about like you like having a filing cabinet and just like like Plankton when he was looking for like Plan Z. That's like you just like Plan Z. Pulls out Lizzo. You're next. Like
secret formula.
Go ahead, Ev. Go ahead.
Well, I feel like the person I was most surprised about was Michael B. Jordan. When I found out Michael B. Jordan watched anime, but then I started questioning it because he was like Naruto, and I was like, he does not watch anime.
Do you watch
But
Naruto?
I mean, he say he watched it, so I guess so. But I was surprised at first, and I don't know if this. I mean, it probably is true, but Rihanna, like when I started seeing on Twitter, like people would have like outfits. Like there was one of Canary from Hunter X Hunter.
Oh yeah.
And Rihanna had like the exact same outfit. So I mean, if she watches anime, that's lit. That's very lit.
That's a conspiracy right there. That's a conspiracy for the undercover Moonie to find out.
Yeah.
Right.
That is a mystery. A little plot twist.
Right. Yeah, that would surprise me if she was an anime fan.
That'd be tough.
Oh, that'd be amazing though. Can you imagine if Beyonce and Rihanna were anime fans? I would lose it.
I'm like 80% on Rihanna being a week, like an undercover week, because it's these fits are too specific. There's no way you telling me you ain't see this.
It was very yeah, even because her hairstyle is very unique.
Yeah, it's literally like the same thing. I'm like, yeah, you're not fooling.
I think the person that was surprised, the people that was surprised me most is probably right now. The people that was surprised me most probably Chloe and Hale. You know, like Beyonce's proteges. If they came out and was like, yeah, they love Hunter. If they did, that's an if. That's a big if. It's a big if. You know, I ain't gonna. You know, I'm not gonna out them. I'm not gonna pull them out the anime closet. Okay, if they can come out when they're ready. I'm just speculating. If they came out as like saying they like anime, I think I fall through the floor. I'd be like, you watch anime. Like I'd be astounded if they said that.
I'd be very
Be blown away.
Really out the blue.
Like, all right, now the whole world got no choice. Y'all shoot.
right. You are all anime fans now.
Y'all can't talk about anime no more.
Yeah.
All right, Vicky, who you got?
This is gonna be so off the wall, but Paris Hilton. She dressed up as Sarah one time, and I was just like, "What is going on here?" And it was like recently too. I was so just like, "What? Huh?" I think she posted it on Instagram. I don't know if she's a fan or not. I don't know if she watches anime. But that definitely surprised me.
Sailor Moon has a unique look. She got a unique look. You can't do that by accident.
Exactly. And I think she even her comment or her, caption was something not, it was very specific. It was okay, this is definitely what you're doing.
And maybe get it, shit, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that was surprising. I was thinking Michael B. Jordan too, because that threw me off. I was like, what?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Again, I believed it until he said Naruto Shippuden, and I was like,
Yeah. All right, Michael.
Are you doing it for clout, man? Are you doing it for clout, Michael? And then he was walking through his house. He was like, "Yeah, the one place I want to go to is Japan." I'm like, "Nigga, you're rich. Just go."
Go.
Right. Like, what's stopping you?
That's so true. It felt like some exclusive thing.
You know what, Michael? You got some strikes now.
That's a good point. I'm mad at that too. I really want to go to Japan. You can go anytime you want. It was actually. Oh wait, no, he wasn't there. I was gonna say because they filmed in Seoul. I mean, not in Seoul, in South Korea.
Oh, Black Panther, right?
Black Panther, but he wasn't in those scenes. Oh wait, no, he was in some of those scenes. Was he?
He was in the first scene he was in was the museum.
Right.
The little thing from the I think that was it France maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because he stole the thing from them and he saved the dude. I forgot his name, Klaus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, was that still in South Korea? I think it was. I'm like, you could have just hopped on over. It's only an hour flight. But yeah, Paris Hilton really surprised me. Just
yeah, I would never expect that either. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
I'd lie. Chloe and Hale would be surprising to me, but I'm gonna be honest. I've heard a lot of rap bars about anime. Like IDK has some good ones. Dear Silas, obviously. Trippy Red, like those people. But who would really surprise me if they dropped a hard ass anime bar? J. Cole.
I could see it though.
I feel like J. Cole.
I feel like he watches that's the thing. I feel like he does, and that's why it was it would surprise me, but not surprise me. But if this nigga just dropped one, I'm charging up like Goku comes. I'm like, whoa, Jake Jermaine, what's going on? Jermaine,
sir.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty sure Kendrick does too. They have the vibe that they watch
Kendrick
anime.
Definitely watch
and
anime,
I just need to.
And if he doesn't, he watches the Boondocks, so he watch anime.
True.
Same difference.
You know who surprised me who didn't really watch anime? And I might be wrong. Tyler, the Creator.
Really? He doesn't
There's
watch
no way on God's green earth that Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I feel like it might be wrong, but I know like he's more of a cartoon person.
Wow.
Like,
I mean, I could see.
You know what? I would bet my life savings. On
might
Tyler
be
the
right.
Creator.
If he doesn't watch anime, I'd be like,
Yeah, it makes no sense
like,
if
now
he
you don't
doesn't.
like JoJo or
But for some
something?
reason, that's in my head. Maybe he is though. I just found one link.
He looks like a
Maybe.
JoJo fan.
True.
Like, I would be like,
Who doesn't like
you don't
Dragon Ball
watch
Z?
JoJo? Like, if I guess, oh, you don't watch anime, I'd be like, wait, not even JoJo? Like, you look like you watch JoJo.
Wait. You know what? If he's not a DBZ fan, then he could definitely be a JoJo's fan. That's a great point.
I feel like he's a JoJo.
True. Like one or
That's a great point. I mean, I'm not okay. I'm gonna expose something. I'm not a big DBZ fan. I'm also not a big JoJo's fan. But however, I don't think JoJo's is bad.
JoJo's is not bad.
And
I love JoJo's.
I don't think it's bad at all. I don't like season 3, but you know that's my own point. But anyway, that wouldn't surprise me if that man came out and said he was a JoJo's fan. Like he has the attitude for a JoJo's fan.
Exactly.
If you get that.
Like, I can see him being like
Undercover
a
Moonie,
JoJo
get on the
fan. Just saying whatever the heck you want.
I need him to drop a music video real quick and just have a bit all Moonie. I mean all JoJo stuff.
That'd be
that'd be so cool. Like all Odd Future.
Like a random pose or something.
JoJo.
Vicky, why is Sailor Moon so special to you?
Oh gosh. Well, first, it was the first anime I've ever watched that I knew that was anime. And the character, like Sailor Usagi, I identify with her a lot. Just like from her kind of not being like the perfect like person to like be a leader, but like still kind of like being put into that position, and also just like being like a really like good friend to everyone, and just kind of being the center piece that kind of keeps everyone together. I think just really admirable. She's an admirable character to me. It also showed me just like different, women can be different things at the same time. Like Sailor Jupiter, I point out a lot on the podcast, is like tomboy who can fight, but she also like bakes like cookies and cakes. Like it's just like really cool to just like see something like that growing up. And just like the story was really great. I think it was one of the first times like Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z is the first time I saw like something that wasn't a cartoon, like kind of had like that ongoing storyline. Like it had stakes, it had, people died, it was blood. It was drama. And it had like, Sailor Moon specifically, like it had backstory and lore and just like all of that, those things. Like I was just being introduced at the same time. And it just still holds true till now. Like even in the biggest thing too, I think, is anytime I watch Sailor Moon, like in my Twitter bio, and I think in my Instagram bio too, like I have like Sailor Moon hip hop and man, I forgot the third thing, but makes me happy. And like literally anytime I watch Sailor Moon, I just get in a better mood. I'm just like happy instantly. Yeah.
Okay, so saying that, do you think that Sailor Moon has stood the test of time, or do you think it stands solely on nostalgia?
I definitely think it stands the test of time. I had doubts honestly for a bit because I definitely it can do no wrong in my mind. But I know a few people I've interviewed, I think 2, have watched it in their adulthood and loved it. So I feel like that alone. And then like the new generation too, like some younger people are watching it and love it. So yeah, I think it's still good. And like I watched I've rewatched it every few years and it's still like good to me. And I've watched different versions, like the Japanese version and the new Viz Media dub, which had more of the like original animation and original stories. And that holds up really well. Yeah. I think maybe the original dub might be more me leaning into nostalgia. Because it definitely has some questionable things. But I think the show itself though definitely holds up.
I think I've only seen a few episodes of Sailor Moon. I do plan on watching it, but I'm behind on a lot of older anime, so don't crucify me. I got to sleep on a seasonal schedule. And, anyway,
forgive you for now.
For now. I'm going to hit up in a month and be like, Aaron, have you finished Sailor Moon yet? At least season 1.
Right.
Don't at me on Twitter.
Only 40 episodes.
Don't expose me.
First season is 40 episodes, I should say.
First season. But I definitely understand what you mean, Sailor Moon. Like for me, I said before, my favorite anime is Full Metal Alchemist. Both that, well, that's not my favorite. My favorite is Trigun, but like I think it's Full Metal Alchemist and Trigun on the same level to me as like one of the first animes I've ever seen, and like they touch me a different way, like and I think actually I tried to put my little cousin on Sailor Moon because I've been trying my best to weebify her. I'm trying my best.
That's what I do for all my.
Go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
Sorry, no, my bad. I was saying that's what I do. Once my nieces, I have a niece and I have like little cousins. So like anytime they like turn a certain age, I'm like, here are your Sailor Moon DVDs. You have homework. It's time. We'll start on Dragon Ball Z next. Maybe get into Yu Hakusho when you're a little older.
Opens up the box and it's like a light shining out and it's like just a Sailor Moon DVDs in there. I
was kind of mad too because my cousin, I got it for her and her daughter. She used to watch Sailor Moon with me when I was younger. And she was just like, I don't know, it's a little scary because like some of the monsters. And I was like, I was watching it at 6. I'm fine.
And I cannot wait.
Says it with the twitch in your eye.
Right. I turned out okay. Me and my like hoodie in a dark room watching that.
Hey, what were you about to say?
Nah, I can't wait for that time. My son will turn a certain age. But yeah, we've been watching, Pokemon and whatnot, but now it's time to the real world. Man.
I don't think I'm gonna let my kid wait that long. He's gonna pop out the womb. And I'm gonna have it on the TV. I'm just gonna like, yo, look at this. You're not even gonna be able to focus, not able to think and none of that. I'm gonna be like, yo, watch this.
Look.
I need you in here with me.
Get in here.
Get you on my team.
Let me put you on, please.
Oh my god! What if their first word?
But
I was like, what if their first word is in Japanese? Because they just been watching anime since birth.
I'll be so hilarious.
And I'm gonna watch this stuff too. You gotta watch this
I'm
stuff.
gonna watch this come up. I don't even. There's no. It's just straight Japanese. I don't know. I didn't even.
I don't know what he's saying.
He said Nani. I know that's what. Like.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's probably my plan too. For any kid, boy or girl, they're watching Sailor Moon first day out.
First day out. They're gonna go to school. Have you heard of Sailor Moon?
Right.
I watched Jimmy Neutron. Have you heard Sailor Moon?
I feel like it's like a Jehovah's Witness. Have you heard of Sailor Moon?
She can destroy universes.
Right. She's the Moon Princess.
I swear, my kids don't. They need to be like that.
I can just imagine. I just imagine Vicky like as Jehovah would just walk up and go, excuse me, do you want to hear the gospel of Sailor Moon? Here's the first DVD box set, and please come to church on Sunday afternoons. Where we watch Sailor Moon.
I kind of want to do that now. Show up at different anime clubs.
Every visit ends with a free Sailor Moon chibi. You don't want to miss it.
Keychain. Sailor. T-shirt.
Open today's sermon by singing the Sailor Moon.
in fluent Japanese. If you don't know, we'll teach you.
Yeah, there'll be subtitles.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh.
I actually been to a Spanish church where you could get headphones and it like someone else was like translating live in English. It was really interesting. Yeah.
That's rich. That's rich. Wow, they got money.
Yeah, it was a big church. Now I think about it, you're right.
They got money. You use that you ever been to a silent DJ party?
No, I've been wanting to though.
You was at a silent DJ church. That's what you was at a silent DJ church. Somebody had Somebody had red headphones on next to you, and they were listening to it in Dutch. It was a different language.
Like, what you listening to?
This is boys to men. This is boys to men. I'm not even listening to church.
Right.
So the episode is called the Moonie Club Hive Leader, right? If you're on Annie Twitter, like us losers, and like Hive Leader is something that people at Annie Twitter call themselves when they feel like they're the authority on their show or something like that. If you talk shit about Jujutsu Kaisen, imagine just you're gonna see Nox. You're gonna see my boy Noxy up in your DMs. So you gotta be safe out in the streets. So would you consider yourself the Moonie Club Hive leader? What I mean? Somebody talking shit on Sailor Moon, are you out there, spreading the gospel to make sure no one, is led astray?
Definitely someone's talking shit, for sure. Like, I like Beyonce and Sailor Moon. I'm not crazy. I'm not doing death threats. That's another level. But yeah, no, I'll defend Sailor Moon for sure. Like, I think a lot of people put it down because it was a show aimed for girls, and you don't get like a lot of those like fist fights that you see in like other shows. But the story is amazing, and I think the other thing that bothers me a lot is that most of the people who do put it down are people who've never watched it or at least haven't finished it. So I'm always just like, I don't want your opinion until you've at least finished the manga. Like, yeah,
that's a good point.
And then if you don't like it, then I'll accept that. Like, I feel like most people will like shit on it, and it's because they haven't really like watched it or read it.
Most definitely.
So they slander just for slander's sake. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, just based off of like assumptions on what it is.
So do you think Sailor Moon is slander proof?
Absolutely. No, I mean it does have it's not the hive. I'm like, it's a hive leader. I can't say it's standard. But on this podcast, though, I will say, and talking to other Sailor Moon fans, it's been good to like, oh yeah, you kind of right. That was kind of okay. But there's some like fat shaming in it a little bit. There's like jokes that Sailor Moon is a little like chubby, but she's like obviously really skinny. And what else is there? Obviously in the original dub, they made Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune cousins, and then the original Japanese version they are a couple.
Wow.
So yeah. So that was bad. But luckily, Viz Media, we have the new version now where we can watch it in English with the original story as it was intended. And yeah, so I mean, I get it. And some people, they don't like Sailor Mini Moon, Chibi Moon. She can be a little annoying. But other than that, I mean, I think the storyline is solid. I think the characters are solid. I think we do get more focus on Usagi a lot too. But I mean, that's like any anime with like a protagonist. So for the most part.
So I need your thoughts on Tuxedo Mask, the grown man. Usagi, I need to hear the thoughts. The Hive leader. Tell us where you go.
Oh gosh, I have so many mixed feelings on Tuxedo Mask. So first, I loved him. I was just like, yeah, Tuxedo Mask, anime crush. And then I was like, you don't really do nothing. But recently, again, doing this podcast, having conversations with people, like, I'm really thinking about it. Like, maybe it's okay that he doesn't do much, because he really, like, he does come in and like Sailor Moon would be like fighting, and then she'll like get dejected, and she's like, I don't know if I can do this, and he comes in like, yeah, you can do it, like, you got this, and she's like, you're right, I do got this, and then she defeats the villain. So it's like, that's his role, and I'm cool with that, because like we've seen that so many times the other way.
That's true.
That's very true.
So like, it's like, you know what?
Role reversal.
That's his role in this, and that's like, he's like the Botan, I feel like, a little bit, except she does more.
Yeah, she does. The Botan,
she does a lot more.
Botan is the good.
Yeah, but like, yeah, but Yeah, that's how I feel about him now. Like, I feel like, you know what, this is the character. Like, he's a supportive dad. You know, he stays home. He shows up, gives her, speech, and she gets to do what she got to do and defeat the villain.
That reminds me of the meme of the Tuxedo Max and Sagi meme where she's like, and he's like, the deed is done, and she's like, "Wait, you didn't do anything?" And he says, "Bye," and like it leaves. The deed is, but you didn't do anything. Exactly, it just leaves. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing.
Okay. I don't have anything else, any questions, but I mean, we could just keep chatting if anybody has anything to say.
I got a question real quick.
Okay.
So, what's your how's your experience start to finish with your sales account? How's the journey been? What's highs?
With the podcast?
Or like just getting started, like getting everything set up. What's your personal experiences for anybody else out there that wants to do, like the same thing that you're doing, their favorite show or something like that?
Yeah. I think one thing, I always say like cliche advice is always good because like it works. Like people say it for a reason because it works. Just do it. This is a show I've been thinking about for a really long time. It's had different iterations in my mind. Like originally I was going to do a Magical Girls podcast where I talk about a bunch of different Magical Girl shows. But then I realized I really love, like, a lot of the people I was finding that would be good guests were mostly just Sailor Moon fans. And then I also just like really love Sailor Moon. Like I'm not as well versed in other Magical Girl shows as much. And there's just something about Sailor Moon, like it's niche, but it's also like has this like once I started, finding all these people who are Sailor Moon fans, like Lizzo and Sweetie, I was just like, you know what? Like there's something here.
Like, it's really like a big community, a big, got a lot of people in it.
Right. The potential is there. But I mean, once I like figured out what I wanted to do, I kind of like honed in on it. It was, I got, of course, when it came time, I was like, all right, I'm gonna launch it in March. And then it gets closer, and I was like, oh, should I wait? Not everything's running out perfect. COVID was happening, and I was just like, should I postpone it? And I was just, I'm just gonna put it out, see what happens, And I think that for sure, consistency is really hard. I think definitely planning it out ahead of time that really helped me because I planned it since January. So I was just kind of like, all right, here are the people I want. I started reaching out to people. I like looked into like what podcast, like what is it? Not server, but post I wanted, like how I was gonna record it. So just like doing those things, and really just like trying to get it as less stressful as possible. So when you finally do launch and you can just kind of like roll with it. It's a little harder. My podcast is a little bit easier because I can record ahead of time and it's not that big of a deal because I'm not really dealing with a lot of current things. But I think just like be gentle with yourself too. Like there's some times where I kind of have a plan, like, oh, I want to put this out on this day. I've been late with podcast episodes and I've been like, sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to tweak, this audiogram on Wednesday. And then I'm like, I don't get to it till Friday. And it's like, you know what? Just have fun, like try and like make it as good as you can, but at the same time, be gentle with yourself.
Right. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's a good way. That's a good way to put it.
Good try.
I had a question and I just lost it. Oh my gosh.
No. Come back.
Do
Question.
you think that Sailor Moon can
a good one too?
Do you
think that's Goku? He said, do you think Sailor Moon could be Goku?
Oh gosh, people always ask this question. So I think Sailor Moon, I'm not sure about Sailor Moon. Maybe, but there's a Sailor Galaxia character. And she's like the destroying galaxies type of character, like legit. I think she could give Goku the business.
I'm tired of Goku winning.
I'm tired of Goku.
I'm tired of Goku needs to be humble. He's winning everything.
He gonna need to train.
I need somebody to beat that nigga so bad he reads a book.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Goku would only win because he's faster. I'll say that. I think he has the speed.
I'm glad you answered that question seriously.
I did, yeah.
Out there,
Serious
Goku,
You said you called Goku a bitch. You just called
calling
Goku
Goku out right now.
I don't want to go that far.
He skipped out, and all I heard was Goku, you would. And I'm like, that usually it lands with the bitch. So is that what you were calling him? Goku, you a bitch?
Live podcast. Goku, you was down.
I'm okay with that.
Let's move on to the news for this week. First we have the Inuyasha spin-off anime Yashahime Princess Half Demons. First trailer reveals cast in October 3rd debut. So have you seen Inuyasha, Vicky? Because I have not. So
I have seen. I've never watched it straight through. It was one of those shows I caught. I think they used to play at like midnight, like 1 o'clock in the morning. It was like right when I was about to go to sleep. I'm like, oh, Inuyasha's on, and then but I never like watched it straight through. I am really excited for the show though, and I'm thinking about doing like a rewatch straight through just so I can like watch this show because it was a great show. Like I really liked it. Just never kept up with it as much as I would have liked.
Same. And you got to like Adult Swim.
Yeah, Adult Swim, exactly.
But yeah, I feel like the reason I never really started stuff, like you see all the reruns on, I don't know. I want to take the time out, started from start to finish today, but not today.
I think the most I've watched I think I maybe seen one episode of Inuyasha, and whenever I think of Inuyasha, I just always think of the Adult Swim Robot Chicken episode where the dad falls in love with his daughter, and then. And then at the end he hates it or some shit. That he's like, that's what you get, bitch. And I was like, okay. I think I've seen it like 10 times because that's like it's a real one. They play pop like a lot on the Adult Swim. It's hilarious. But that's what I always think about when I think of like Inuyasha.
That's funny.
Next we have Attack on Titan gets a children's book with Armin as a detective.
That actually sounds amazing.
Nah.
That does sound amazing.
And it's what will get my kid to read manga. Anyway, Kodansha released a new children's book for the Attack on Titan franchise on Wednesday titled Shingeki Tante Armin. I'm not reading the rest of that because I don't speak Japanese. But the English version is Attack. Where's the subtitles?
Need headphones.
The English title is Attack Detective Armin Passed the Regimental Entrance Exam. This title sucks. But the book features Armin, Mikasa, and Eren solving mysteries while they defeat Titans. Armin has always dreamed of solving mysteries with his childhood friends. All three of them take the test to enter the Attack Detective Regiment. It launches. Let's see. When does it launch? Does it say when it launches? No. It says it's not. Doesn't say when it's launched. However, I did not know this, but they said a Hollywood live-action film adaptation of the manga, the original manga, Attack on Titan manga, is moving forward. I don't want this. Nobody wants this. Why do they keep doing this?
No.
Japan tried and failed. And now America's like, it's my turn. No.
It's not.
You already fucked up Death Note.
Sit down, please.
And Death Note was arguably a very easy one to make in the live action. And they fucked it up from front to back. I don't understand how, but they did. Like, anyway, Anime Weekend Atlanta is canceled, and they have an online event planned. I didn't even know about this, so I might be able to check it out now. But the official website for the convention announced on Tuesday that this year's convention is canceled. They're planning an online Halloween weekend event this year, which will also highlight artists. The convention will next hold a physical event on October 28th to 31st on 2021, with confirmed plans for 2022 and 2023. So if you want to check into the online event, then I would go to their website, which is, I would just Google Anime Weekend Atlanta. I don't know the website name. I'm pretty sure it's probably something similar to that, but go there and check it out, especially if you're planning on going, and I just told you some very bad news.
It happens.
Yeah, sad days, especially now. 'Cause you can't do shit now. Everything just shut down. There's actually one more in here that got shut down too. But D-Stars anime second season premieres in January 2021, and we rejoice. Yes,
I love that show too.
So good.
It was the first anime in a while that I binged straight through.
Wow. You know what? It took me 2 days because I took a break. Actually, no, what happened? I fell asleep. That's it. But I woke up the next day and I finished it fully, and it was amazing. B-Sides is so good, you know, even for what it is. Like, I think only one episode was I really like, what the fuck's about to happen? And that's episode 2 where Legoshi almost kills it. And I was like, Legoshi, you're wild. I need you to relax.
Yup.
It's the only episode I was watching him like, what is your problem, sir? But besides that, great anime. I can't wait for it to come back in January. Sad for most people because it won't drop on Netflix first, but I'll watch it. How will I watch it? The world may never know. Next, we got live action Promised Neverland film reveals first teaser and poster. I think they could do this well. There's so little CGI, and like that really has to be put in place for this. So I think it could be done well. However, I have no faith in live action anime movies. So that's just
hard
trailer. I mean, I like the trailer. And I get like there might be actually no, I'm not even pass for that. They didn't make like Sister Crone isn't black. That's why I had a problem. I don't know. It's like there's black people in Japan. I'm pretty sure you can find some, but it is what it is. They already made.
That's true. I didn't like that either when I saw that. That was annoying. I'm like, what's it like? It's just, and my thing is, I appreciate the mangaka for making that one black person black. And I just saw people talking about, I don't like her because she's like stereotypical black. And I'm like, yo, she's a black person with like Bantu knots in her hair. I'm like, why? Like, I'm confused. What? Because there's like, she got a big nose and big lips. I'm like,
not a black
she's
person.
Have big lips.
She's a dark-skinned black woman.
Then it's like she's not the only black character in Promised Neverland. Phil is also age. He's like,
but
me.
And I'm like, and they act like she looked like the dude from DBZ, was it Popo or whatever, shit like that. She looked like a black woman. Like I just. They're not dealing with the mess. Next, we have Pokemon the movie Coco second trailer reveals a Christmas opening and the theme song. Pokemon the movie Coco is like, I think my boy Mike said the best. It's like Pokemon Tarzan, or for the culture, Pokemon George of the Jungle. If you're cultured.
I'm cultured. I learned that today.
That movie came out. It looks really good. Pokemon the last, I think, Bo praised the new show that's on Netflix. Pokemon Journeys, he really enjoyed it. And Pokemon had another movie that came out that I heard that was really good. So actually, no, the CGI movie, I actually liked it. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. I liked it. And I thought the animation was good. I thought they did a good job of recreating it. And whatever, fuck you. But yeah, next we have new 7 Deadly Sins TV anime premieres in January 2021 after a COVID delay. You know what? This is one thing I thank COVID for.
Yeah, because 7 Deadly Sins got one more chance.
And you know what? I didn't hate the story from last season. Just the animation fell off too hard for me.
For me to keep watching.
Way too hard. Next we have Sailor Moon.
Yay! Eternal.
Sailor Moon Eternal Films cast the Amazon Trio characters. I believe that is the official website for the Sailor Moon franchise revealed the voice cast members for the Amazon Trio characters for the Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Eternal the movie, which would be a 2-part anime film project on Wednesday. They announced it on Wednesday. I said on Wednesday. This shit does not drop this.
It does not. I would be freaking out right now if it was.
Well, for those who don't know, the first film was originally scheduled to open in Japan on September 11th, but was delayed to January 8th, 2021 due to, guess what? COVID. So the second film, they say, will open on February 11th, 2021, and the film marks 25 years since the franchise last had work that screened in the theaters in Japan. So
I didn't know that.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Next, we have Funimation. Oh, I'm missing something. Here we go. I skipped right over this. Author accidentally includes Zelda ingredients in their new novel. I don't know how you accidentally do this.
I heard about that.
Yes, and I heard he's like a big transphobe too. So like he's just a horrible person in general.
Oh wow.
Wow.
And what it says, like I heard he's like a horrible person. So it says the perils of hasty online research for authors was demonstrated today when a Reddit user spotted a curious anomaly in a new novel. A Traveler at the Gates of Wisdom is a historical novel with a 2,000-year sweep written by Irish author John Boyne, whose previous books include The Boys in the Striped Pajamas. So wait, that Boys in the Striped Pajamas? I've heard bad things about him. But you know what? You can't always trust Twitter. But next, so what they said is in Boyne's new book, right, the author describes some dye-making ingredients that you would not expect in a serious historical novel. At this point in the story, the narrator is intending to poison Attila the Hunt using red dye. Among the ingredients he listed are an Octorok eyeball, the tail of the red Lizophos, and 4 Highland shrooms. The funny thing is that none of these ingredients exist in the real world. Rather, they're all items you can harvest from the monsters in the game Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And it's hilarious because those aren't real things, and you should be able to tell that those aren't real things. Like, as a regular human, when have you ever seen Himalayan shrooms? Like a Lizopho? Like, you should know that. Like, that's
Imagine it was like unicorn horn.
An idiot. Oh my gosh. Next, we have a double feature news, and it's about the My Hero Academia OVA episodes, or the original video anime. Funimation is going to be streaming the it's a two-part OVA, and Funimation is going to be streaming it on August 15th. Now, the OVA should be following, where is that? It's called the Survival something. I can't find the full English title. Like, I don't speak Japanese. One day, maybe, though. So the anime, it will stream exclusively on Hulu in Japan. What? That's garbage. I hate Funimation. Starting on August 16th, it will stream on August 30th on all the services. The 2 original anime, they also bundled. Where is the news? Okay. In this brand new adventure, some Class 1A students are sent to hone their survival skills at a training course. Having yet to receive their provisional licenses, they're eager to cut loose and have a little fun. They quickly discover the danger they face is no simulation. It's going to take the combined training, teamwork, and quick thinking if they're going to pass this assignment. So what is this? Is this the movie part 2? Like, I don't. What is this?
I have no idea.
Like every single like offshoot story from My Hero Academia always is like, oh yeah, they're happy and everything, and then it's like, oh, they died. Like I'm confused. Like why is it the same story for every offshoot? I'm not with it. 1 second, my fault. Somebody called me because they want me to edit. That's why they called me. Anyway, next we have Shonen Jump teases One Piece manga is headed toward upcoming final arc, and I know that's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. It is. That's a lie, because I've heard that the news I had about a few months ago said that my man said that he had how many more? 5 more years of content. So that's a lie. Next, we have Variety Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell game to get anime adaptation. I think this would be a good anime adaptation. Splinter Cell is a good series from Tom Clancy, so I'm interested in that. The first Fate Grand Order anime film was slated for December 5th after COVID-19 delay. So that means Fate never ends, and it will continue. I think there's going to be 3 Fate Go anime, so if you're interested in that, you can get that. The Millionaire Detective anime gets a stage play in October. And again, I keep telling my listeners, if you're from Japan and you're listening, 1, I appreciate you. I love you. 2nd, if you know how to get a Blu-ray of the stage play, I will pay you a sum of money. I don't know how much the sum is, but I want to see a stage play from Japan of anime because they make like thousands of them and I want to see one. So if you're listening, I love you and please DM me. Next, we have Jump Force game adds Hunter x Hunter's Mariam. And what I'm worried about is who's playing Jump Force.
I'm one of those guys.
You're one of those people?
One of those people.
Have you bought DLC for the game?
I have not.
COVID has made me play.
Okay.
I don't usually buy DLCs in general, huh?
Okay. Go ahead, Evan. What you said?
Oh, I said COVID has made me play Jump Force, and I kind of like it.
I don't hate Jump Force. I just think they just messed up on like a few key things.
The story, yeah.
Yeah. It's just cool. I was just like, oh, I get to play as like Luffy and Goku and Gon, just all these like anime characters that I like. I'm like, this is kind of fun. Like, it's not a game I take seriously. It's just something that like people are over. Somebody knows an anime fan. Before COVID, obviously. I'm just like, oh, let's play this game. It's like really like low stress, low energy.
Yeah, I love playing.
Fun.
Yeah, I think I liked it when it first came out, and I still kind of like it. But the sharing health bars and the online play and the story is turned me off. But I still think that it could be saved with a lot of work that Bandai Namco is not going to do.
Nope.
Next, we have Crunchyroll. Funimation adds Sword Art Online Alicization animated English dub. All that means is it's time for a rewatch because I love Alicization. It's the best Sword Art Online story yet. If you're not watching it, you're missing out. That's all I gotta say. Next, we have Anime Nebrascon. Anime Nebrascon. I didn't know there was an anime convention in Nebraska. It just surprises me when these certain states have Comic-Cons and I forget they existed. But you know what? If you're in Nebraska and you're listening, I appreciate you. I love you. And, tell me if you exist, because I'm not sure. But Anime Nebrascon 2020 is canceled. If you're from Nebraska and you're looking forward to this, I'm very sorry. Hopefully they'll be back next year. I'm pretty sure they will be. I'll go to the website and check it out. Lastly, we have Sword Art Online is going to hold a virtual reality event.
Do not do it.
And
have y'all not learned watching Sword Art? Something we're gonna go over.
Do it for me so I know what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna do it.
Once you say game start, it's wraps. Just stuck in there forever. I told y'all.
So the story for it is they said the story of Sword Art Online has always focused on virtual reality, and now in this era of social distancing, the franchise will hold a series of events through virtual reality. On August 10th, 12th, and 15th, the events will be held on the VR social media service cluster and can be accessed via VR headset, smartphone, or computer. Various voice actors from the anime are scheduled to appear at the events, including the worst girl ever in history of anime, Lifa. Then we're going to get Alice, a good girl, and then we got Kirito and Asuna. Asuna's a little average, but I can say she's good. If they had seen on, I might do it, but they don't. So, but that's what we have coming for us from the Sword Art Online franchise. Again, if you're not watching Alicization of War of the Underworld, I'm just saying you're severely missing out. Some of the best animation of this. I know it's only 2020, but I'm gonna say of this decade so far, they're doing their thing. They really don't. But that's all the news we have. That's all the news we have for today. So let's move on to the best segment in anime podcast history. Last words. As always, last words. You can slander. You can say good things if you want to. I don't encourage it, but if you want to, you can. And I think that's it. Let's let our guests go first, Vicky. I want to hear what you guys say for your last words.
Oh gosh. I haven't thought of anything yet. Watch Sailor Moon. Stop being jerks and slandering it because you haven't watched it. So read the manga before you talk to me.
Hey, she's letting all y'all know
That's fair.
right now. Stop with the bullshit, all right?
Basically.
If you gonna come out here, you better come correct and have your receipts ready because we want all smoke.
Thank you. I feel like you're right now.
You ever seen that PMP with Obama?
That's what I was thinking.
Those last words are brought to you by the Moonie Club Hive leader. If you say anything about the movies, she will hear about it and she will come for you. All right, Eric, what are your last words, my man?
Man, as y'all know, Case Closed is the best anime, followed by Promise. And Kuroko over Haiku.
That's it.
You cut out. We started talking about Kuroko no Basket, as you should have, because it's garbage.
If you didn't hear me, I said Kuroko no Basketball is better than Haikyuu. And I'm standing on my 10 toes right now in Maryland if you want any beef with it.
If you are in the DMV area and you have some free time this weekend, please invite and please take this man Evan on his offer and to beat his ass, please. Thank you.
I just keep imagining the Captain America. So, are you in the DMV?
I need your current location right now.
Evan, I please send me your location, and I will send to all my DMV, all our DMV listeners who understand that Haikyuu is the best. Is the good.
Haikyuu Hive is legit out here.
They are definitely.
I hear about it a lot. I still haven't watched it, but they out here.
Hey, we be in the trees with it. You know, I already know, ready to jump down on y'all.
Volleyball.
Hey, you gonna see the volleyball roll past you? You're like, what's that? And then you're gonna see me next.
Or you see nothing.
You see, hey. For my last words, I talked about slander, but I haven't watched anything to slander it lately. I'm sad. It's sad that I do something slander. It's not an anime. It's not a manga. It's not a comic book. It's people. Okay, and if you don't watch Slice of Life, right, you're dumb. You're dumb. Watch Slice of Life. All right, I'm gonna need y'all. I'm gonna need to frame an issue for y'all. Okay, you say that you've watched all the best anime, right? But you don't watch anime and Slice of Life, so you haven't watched all the best anime at all. I'm just letting you know that.
I'm gonna hop on that. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, hop on my bandwagon. Go ahead.
Hop on your bandwagon, because that's the other thing too. Like, there's a lot of guys who will gatekeep anime and women and be like, "Oh, you don't watch anime," but like they only watch shonen. And it's like, have you seen the Slice of Life? Have you seen this Magical Girl series? Have you seen anything else in this whole entire? Like, there's like a million genres in anime, and it's like, who do you think who's watching like this other stuff too? But yeah. That's
facts. It's like will they be Goku? Like, I mean, except maybe Bench Kun. Bench Kun might be Goku, but will they be Goku? Maybe not. But they're gonna break that man's emotions down. Okay, he's not gonna be able to walk after this. All right, that man gonna be in the corner crying. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Watch some Slice of Life. It's good for your health. It'll make your mom love you, because I know she doesn't, because you don't watch Slice of Life.
Ooh, that's a good one. Watch how heavy are the weights.
I just gotta
start with that one.
I don't know if Mrs. Kobayashi's Dragon Maid counts as a slice of life, but that's a really
It is. Yeah. And we have an outro now. I keep saying it because I'm proud of it. So we have an outro now. So we're just talking. I mean, music is playing soon. I'm hopefully in a few weeks I don't have to say this. People just talking. We just fade out. Yeah. Also, thank you, Victoria, for coming on and talking with us. It was a pleasure. And don't fight me when I don't watch Sailor Moon in a month. I'm trying.
I won't fight you.
Do it.
But I will check.
She about to sign into my anime. What's the anime account thing? What's that?
Anime list.
And she was signing to my anime list. Sir, I don't see Sailor Moon on here.
You're still on episode 1.
Okay. All right. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks.
Yup.
And scene.
Wait, I didn't tell Craig to leave.
My bad.
Okay. Craig's a nice guy. Like, you don't leave.
Hey everyone, it's Bruni, aka the Tiny Giant, aka the baddest beach on this podcast, here to thank you for listening to this episode of the Black Anime Podcast. If you want to join the discussion with myself and the other hosts, connect with us on Twitter and Instagram at BLXXKAnime. Again, that's at subscribe to, you'll gain access to exclusive pods with our monthly guests, the link to join Discord servers with other listeners, and the Black Anime hosts, and discounts for Black Anime merch. Again, thank you for listening to the episode, and don't forget to look out for the next one.